Hi there, viewers. Today I'm joining a conversation with Leon Moss, the author of Omni-U and other books that he has authored. It's quite a pleasure to have Leon on the show today. Welcome to the show, Leon.
Thank you. Thank you. It's good to be here. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's my utmost pleasure to have you featured on the show. Could you tell us
Please.
about your book, Omni You? I particularly love the title and I'm curious to know what is all contained in it. How does this book come about? What inspired you to write Omni You?
Okay. Well, I wrote my first book was called The Power Within You, Discovering the Power Within You. And I was asked to write another book. I was asked to write another book, and I couldn't think of a title. I was having trouble coming up with a title. But then I meditate a lot. So I was
Mm,
meditating on all. I was meditating on all. And the word omni means all. I mean, like omnipresent, omnipotent, all powerful,
mm,
omniscience or omniscient, all knowing. So the Omni-U, like the book that I wrote the first time called about, which is entitled Discovering the Power Within You. Omni-U is just an upgrade from that, saying that the power, the all you, the ultimate power, the omnipresent you. And
mm.
so that's how it came out. So it's to inspire people to tap into to their full potential.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's great. I love the sound of it. It sounds quite intriguing to me, particularly knowing about the Omni, how it came about. Now, I also see that you have
Mhm.
another book titled Discovering the Power Within You. For readers who haven't read the book yet, and without giving much information away, could we have a sneak of what we would expect picking up Discovering the Power Within You?
Again, both of those books, Discovering the Power Within You and Omni-U, is pretty much the same. It's just coming from a different approach, expounding a little differently on each set. But the book is basically about tapping in or shifting your attention to the inner divine self, your immortal self. And
Mm,
so most people, when they look for the source of power, whether they call it God or Allah or Shango or whatever title that people have been taught to call on the ultimate power,
mm.
mostly that's our attention is being directed outside of ourselves. We're looking
Oh.
up or we're looking out away from ourselves. So both these books' intention is to draw your attention inward within yourself to the breath of life that is within all. And we all have a spiritual body, but we're not exercising it. We exercise our physical body, we exercise our brain. For most people, reading or studying or what have you, but we don't pay attention to our spiritual body, and we don't pay attention to what's happening inward in an etheric sense. And that's
Mm.
what these books are designed to do: redirect your attention inward.
Wow, I love the sound of it actually. It sounds quite intriguing to me. I love it. Now, I would love us to
Good.
talk about challenges. And I'm curious if you experience any challenges while writing both books. If there is any, could you share with us what challenge it is and how you ultimately overcame it?
So I believe you said you're asking me about challenges when I wrote
Absolutely.
the book. Yes, it was a challenge from day one. It wasn't my intention was not to write a book. My intention was to do a website actually, and I wanted to
Oh.
leave something for my son. My son, he's 34 now, but when I wrote Discovering the Power Within You, I think he was maybe 12 or 13. And
Wow.
so I wanted to, if something happened to me, I wanted to leave my mind for him to study. And so
Mm.
I thought about a website. I was going to do a website, and then I just kept writing, and then it turned into a book. The challenges I was having basically is trying to articulate something or point to something that you have to experience yourself to really understand. So
Mm.
it's hard to write a book. For me, this is just for my particular
Opinion.
skill. Yes,
Yeah.
it was hard for me to put into words something that people have not been taught
Mm.
to contemplate. And we've been, like I said, we've been taught to look outside of ourselves.
Absolutely.
Spirituality is something that's within ourselves. It's not something that a lot of people teach in the school systems. Our parents didn't teach it. So it's something that you have to experience directly. And it was definitely a challenge to put those words together
Mm.
that a child could understand. I wanted it so a child could understand it. I didn't want it to be too complicated. I didn't want a lot of big words. I wanted something that was simple, direct, to the point where people's attention can be shifted inward. And that
Mm.
was my biggest challenge. Yeah, that was my biggest challenge.
Wow, that's quite nice to know, particularly knowing that you never intended to write it first. You wanted to put a website where your son can go check some of your work out and ultimately turn into a book. So that sounds very lovely and quite amazing to know.
I hooked up with Golden Child Publishing Companies. The founder of that, his name is Adrian.
Yeah.
I call him Ba. He had a very unique way of simplifying um, ways to put your thoughts on paper. He wasn't
Oh,
traditional. He made it easy. The way he writes, he's really he showed me and he's showing others how that you don't have to be have a PhD to write a book. You just
absolutely.
you have your thoughts, you have whatever you're passionate about, and you put that on paper. And then to format it, it doesn't have to be a traditional format. It doesn't have to
Absolutely.
be exactly what everybody does. You can do it as simple or as complex as you would like.
Absolutely.
And so and that's what I loved about Golden Child Publishing. It was no pressure. And
Mm.
then he helped me through editing and publishing. He helped me get the book out in a very unique way and
Yeah.
pleasing way.
That's beautiful to know. That's quite amazing to know. Now, Leon, apart from Omni-U and discovering the power within you, do you have any other works you've altered or maybe currently working on?
Yeah, we did a collaboration called 144,000. It was another book that maybe five or six authors did.
Mm.
Came together to produce. And I wrote two chapters in it. I think everybody wrote about two chapters in it. And we came up with a very powerful book. So we're working on the second volume or edition of 144,000. And it's very fun working with that group because they're very
Wow.
passionate about what they do and the message that they bring. And Golden Child Publishing helps us organize our thoughts and get that information out in a very fun and unique way.
Yeah, that's quite amazing and quite lovely to know. Now, I'd love to ask you this as well, Leon. Could you tell us what publishing is like for a published author like yourself? What are the challenges you've encountered in terms of marketing your books, and maybe what are the mediums you feel to like stocks for in promoting both books?
Well, Golden Child Publishing Company works with all that. They help with the writing, editing, publishing, marketing. My book is in at least 30 or 40 platforms because of Golden Child Publishing. So, the founder of Golden Child Publishing is very intelligent and knows how to get the information out. He's very technical savvy. We have a very great team. We have a great team of technical people and marketing people and just great minds that help you get your information out all over the world. So Yeah.
Wow.
There's not too many platforms that our books are not seen. Yes.
Wow, that's quite lovely to know. That's very lovely to
Mhm.
know. Now, is there anything that you'd love to share with the viewers about your books that we did not mention in this interview, and you'd love the viewers to know?
No, as I said, I've said it. The book is designed. It's like a fine tuning fork. It helps you align yourself with the entire universe. And one thing we think as individuals, we've been programmed to think that we are this individual entity, this body, these sense of touch, taste, smell, all of the mechanics of the human mechanics or body, the body and its five senses, which really are one, which is touch. It gives us the sensation and the experience of being an individual entity. But in reality, in science, scientifically, in a quantum state, we're connected to each other and everything and everybody and every place, which again is the word omni. We are more than just an individual mortal being. And that's what those books are designed to help you discover that, because it's more than just trying to have that information intellectually. You have to experience it directly. And when you
Mm,
experience your connection to everything in existence, you fall in love with everything in existence. And so, to
absolutely.
alleviate the problems of the world, we have to learn to love and respect one another from all walks of life.
Absolutely.
Even now, they're putting out information about other star systems and other beings from other planets. No matter what we discover in the boundless universe, we're connected to it. And so we have to, when you understand that, you tap into your immortal self. So you have a
Mm,
mortal self, you think that you live and you die, but then there's a eternal self that is all powerful and is eternity. Is you never really cease to exist. You can never
wow.
cease to exist. You can only change, transform, or change. Um, um, how you say it? You can only change your. You can't destroy energy. You can only change its form. You can only change its form.
Absolutely. Yeah. That's true. I love your thoughts on these questions and I love your answers to them as well. It sounds very
Well, thank you.
educative and quite didactic. Thank you so much for shedding this great light on it. Now,
Well, thank you.
yeah,
Go ahead. Mhm.
I'd also love to ask you, as a published author, what sort of advice do you have for other writers who are still struggling with publishing a book? What would you advise people in this category?
Well, if you really want to get a book out, you should contact Golden Child Publishing Company, because we do ghostwriting too. So
Oh,
if you have a thought or you have something you're passionate about, we can help you get those thoughts out on paper. So, ghostwriting is when somebody listens to you and shows
sorry.
you how to, yeah, they will write the book for you. Or you speak into a microphone, and then we'll help you organize your thoughts and to help you get it out on paper and get published. Yes.
Yeah, that's great.
Mhm.
And for
No
interest,
fear. No fear. You can't be afraid. No fear. You're all powerful. You're an all powerful being. And whatever you fear or doubt about yourself, this is what Omni-U and the power, discover the power within you. It eliminates that
absolutely,
because you start to feel your power. And then, we all are here to learn. As long as we're here, we're going to be learning. So don't worry
absolutely,
about where you're at in your learning curve. Just reach out and to those who know how and let them help you. And then you share with the knowledge you have with them, and they learning from you, and we're learning from each other. And that's how the world becomes a better place for all of us.
absolutely. I love your
Yes.
thought on this. I love your answers to these questions. Now, for interested viewers who would love to get a copy of your books, Leon, on what platform are
Mhm.
they available on for purchase?
Right. Well, like I said, we're on many platforms, I think 25, 30. So if you put in
Wow.
Dr. Leon Moss, well, Omni-U is going to come up. It's going you could Google it and it's going to come up. So there's many. You could go to Amazon. Well, there are other platforms too. So you can, and we're in all over the planet. We're in in Africa, Asia, in Europe, and America. We're all over. So if you put in my name, you Google it, it's going to come up.
That's great.
Yeah.
And I left a link in the discussion part of this interview where interested viewers can get a copy of Leon Mock's books directly. So thank you so much, Leon, for accepting
Thank
the
you.
invitation to be featured on P English Literature. It's a pleasure having this conversation with you.
Same, same. Thank you for all that you do, helping us get our work out there. Thank you.
Yeah, my pleasure as well.